G'day people. Today I'm going to be making Colcannon cakes. There's lots of different versions of this. This is an Irish recipe or an Irish idea where you get mashed potato and cabbage and flour and you make cakes and then you fry them in the fry pan. But there's a lot of different ways to do it. So this is the way I do it. And it's a really great, really filling, as the Irish say, stick to your ribs food. Really filling, cheap to make, especially if you grow your own spuds, and really tasty. Now, if you grow your own spuds, and I advise you do, because it's so bloody easy, you have to harvest them. And when you harvest them, if you just put them in the ground like I do, you don't know where they were. Once the tops have died right off, you don't know where those potatoes are, so you just dig over the whole thing, and in the process of digging it over, you inevitably stick your fork through, your garden fork through some of the potatoes. I'll just show you the damage, the kind of damage you do when you stick your fork. Hang on, I'll come around. When you stick your fork, let's get it together, Mars. Turn on the video. Right. When you stick your fork through, you do all this kind of damage. You damage your spuds, which is not good. And you can't cook them like that because they're full of dirt where the fork went through. So what you do is just cut either side of the wound, and you take the crap bit and throw it out. But you keep these because they're perfectly good. I mean, a lot of people, like commercial, obviously in the commercial world, if you get a big wound in your spud, it's unsaleable, so you just have to throw the whole spud out. But if you're growing your own, you don't have to throw them out. You can just cut the bad bits off. I mean, they're not rotten or anything, they're just dirty. It's just dirt. It's not poisonous. Like, people are terrified of dirt, but if they're little, don't worry about them, they're not worth the trouble. Yeah, dirt's not poisonous. I mean, we used to eat dirt all the time with our food back in the days when we were primitive. It didn't matter. I mean, unless you accidentally ingest some dirt with anthrax in it, you'll probably be okay. Or, some other horrible pathogen. You'll be fine. So don't worry about it. I mean, kids eat dirt. It's not a problem. They eat dirt every day. They don't know any better. It doesn't do them any harm. I remember drinking dirty water just when I was a little kid, just to see what it tasted like. I was curious. Thought, that looks good. It's all got interesting colour and a bit of foam on the top when you shake it up. It's a bit of foam. Wonder what it tastes like. Well, I'll tell you, it tasted like dirty water. It's alright. Didn't kill me. Look at that, perfectly good. Now, I'm not advocating deliberately eating dirt, even though I did it as a kid once, but I don't advocate it. So that's why we're cutting the dirt off. Cut the dirt off, and you don't have to worry about it. Right, so we throw out the dirty bits. Throw out the dirty bits. Give the board a wash. Nice. good spuds. I'll just photograph them what they look like now after having been here's what they look like now. Perfectly good. Nothing wrong with them, right? Now these were spuds I dug up yesterday because I'm preparing my garden for the winter planting. I want to plant a manure crop of broad beans over winter. So I'm just digging over the beds now. So just curious about how much I've got here. I'll just weigh them. Need about 300 grams for Colcannon. I've got more than that, so I'll just boil a lot up. Boiling water on the stove. And away we go. Step 1, boil your spuds. So if you grow spuds, yes, they're going to be dirty. When you dig them up, they're going to be dirty, and some of them, I mean most of them escape the fork, but some do not. So that's how you deal with the ones that get forked. No need to throw them out, you can eat them. Just throw out the dirty bits. Alright, I'll be back when those spuds are cooked. Alright, spuds are done. So let's mash them. Let's have a look. I mean, this is not going to come as any kind of revelation unless you say someone who doesn't eat. Shit. Fogged up the lens. Hang on, I'll do it again. Right. It's not going to come as a revelation unless maybe you're someone who doesn't eat potatoes, maybe like Asians. Potatoes, I gather potatoes aren't very big in Asia. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they've picked up on the potato thing. So we just put them back on the stove. Now we're going to be adding fat from other things in this Colcannon, so we don't want to make the spuds as buttery as you would normally do. Just a splash of milk really. Again, and especially true with Colcannon. With Colcannon you really want to stop it getting too sloppy. Like it's going to be a bit sloppy, but you don't want it to be too sloppy. So not too much milk. Put in some salt. I'll just give this potato masher a bit of a once over. Make sure it's clean, as I haven't had time to give it a proper wash since I last used it. Been busy writing bagpipe tunes, doing bagpipe arrangements. Alright, mashing along nicely. Mashing nicely. Dat zal genoeg zijn. Tastes like spuds. Maybe a little bit too much salt. That's alright, so I just remember that when I make the rest. I won't need to put as much salt in. I mean, normally I just shake some salt in. In this case I used a level salt spoon because there's quite a bit of spud. Boom. Let's have a look at that mashed spud, eh? You know, if you love your spuds, nothing like a nice steaming plate of hot, freshly dug spuds. Freshly dug spuds are just better. The flavour of freshly dug spuds, there's more flavour than you get from after leaving your spuds for a while. And of course, homegrown spuds will always have more flavour than commercial spuds. The spuds you buy in the supermarket, they just don't have the flavour. Okay, the potatoes mashed and cooled down. I've just set them aside. Now I'm just going to cut up an onion. So much cooking starts with an onion, eh? Amazing. Fantastic things, onions. I think we need another layer. That's it. Get rid of the brown bit. Everyone's got their own way of dicing onions, eh? It's funny that you watch different videos, everyone's got their own way. But, you know, whatever works for you. But certainly a really sharp knife is a great idea when it comes to cutting onions and tomatoes. Dicing tomatoes, you really want a proper sharp knife. Otherwise you won't break through the skin easily. Right, so that was quick and easy. Bit of olive oil. I'm definitely going to throw away, this is just not working, this lid. It's just not the way. It's really not the way. I can't remember whether I put a lot of oil in this or not. Hang on. Probably about 2 tablespoons. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely going to chuck this. That's not the way. Alright. Some of the onion went the wrong way. Doesn't normally happen, but you know, every now and then something unusual happens. Let it fry. Now we want some bacon. I'm pretty sure it's 3 rashers. Just hang on a sec. Yeah, 3 rashers. And you can throw the rind in to get the fat out of it if you want, but no, I don't think so, not for me. Another one. so many dishes, European dishes or Irish dishes start with onion and bacon. Because you know, onion and bacon are just great together. They're always great together. Onion, bacon, and you know, and potatoes. Fantastic. And cabbage. And Northern European foods, right? Or Northwestern Europe. Use those foods all the time. All the time. I guess maybe Northeastern Europe might too. I'm not sure. Wouldn't surprise me. So just dice the bacon. We don't want big chunks. We want smallish chunks. So dice it up. We want chunks about 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre square roughly. Which will, you know, shrink down slightly. Ah, Christ. Should have been watching a bit more closely. Actually, that's alright though. I caught it just in time. Just break up the bacon chunks. Get them all coated in the oil. Oh, you know what I am, but I'll just wash my hands. A lot of TV chefs wipe their hands on a towel or something. It's alright, but the towel gets dirty, right? Turn down a bit. Now while that's going on, I'm going to dice up the cabbage. So about a quarter of a head of cabbage. This makes enough for 2 people. Good filling meal for 2 people. Oh, before we do the cabbage, got some garlic. Throw in some garlic. Did I lose? I lost a bit of cabbage. Hang on, I'll just wash it. Don't really want to waste it. And I'll need a teaspoon. So we'll just dice some garlic, 3 cloves of garlic. Three cloves of garlic. Take the skin off. When you crush them down, the skin will just come off easy. It'll peel away nice and easy. Crush them right, and then we just dice them up. Reasonably fine. Alright, we'll chuck them in with the frying onion and bacon. I'll also throw in some chilli, because I like chilli. A good teaspoon of dried chilli, dried crushed chilies. Stir around. You can imagine so much flavour in there, waiting to come out. All those, garlic, oil, chilli, bacon, onion. It's a whole bed of flavour there, which will be used to infuse this dish with flavour. I mean, potato and cabbage have flavour, but it's not super strong. I mean, they do have flavour, but which is going to be complemented by this dish. I'm wondering if I'm putting too much. I might be putting a bit too much cabbage in here. Maybe I should have weighed it first or something. Probably should have weighed it. So I'm going to put a fair bit in. Question is, should I put it all in? That's the question. I mean, it's supposed to be a quarter of a head, but I'm just thinking maybe it was a bit more than a quarter. Alright. I'll get my phone. Alright. Now, here is the frying cabbage. Frying cabbage. Now cabbage of course is full of water. Full of water. The water will come out. Water will come out soon. The water will come out. When the water starts coming out, we just boil it away. We want all the water out, because Colcannon, you fry it in the pan. You don't want it sloppy. If it's sloppy, it'll just fall apart, break apart, be a pain in the neck. We don't want that. So let's get rid of this unnecessary stuff. Alright. Just wash it off, rinse it off. Just starting to produce some water, but we're not quite there yet. I'll just clean up my workbench. Nice. That's the way. Right, let's check this. doing what it's supposed to do. It's steaming, it's frying, got a lot of steam in there. We're steaming the cabbage, we're frying the cabbage. What we don't want to do is burn the cabbage. You can burn it a little bit. That's actually quite nice if you burn it a little bit, but don't burn it a lot. You don't want it black. Now, a little bit of caramelisation is good. Caramelisation is good. Burnt black is bad. Alright. I'm going to come back probably in about 10-15 minutes when all the water's gone out of the cabbage. Okay, the cabbage and bacon and onion and chilli and whatever has been cooking for a good 10 minutes, and I'll just show you what it looks like after. And most of the water's gone, so it's much reduced from what it was. So I'll just show you how it is. Don't get the lens steamed up. So we've got nice brown bits on the bottom there, but not burnt. There's no water to be seen, and there's no great heap of black. That's what we want. So that's done. Now I'll just put in 1 salt spoon of salt, and I'll stir it around, stir it in thoroughly. And I'll put in some pepper. I mean, I've got chilli in here, but a bit of pepper as well, not going to hurt. What did Europeans do before they got salt, before they got pepper? They always had salt, of course, but salt and pepper's on every European dinner table all the time. The pepper was a massive thing. People loved pepper. People still love pepper. I guess from my point of view, I love pepper because it doesn't go with everything. Like, I wouldn't put it on everything, but it goes with a lot of things. You know, maybe something like half the things there are, maybe pepper goes. Maybe. Anyway. I mean, I wouldn't personally put it on sweet things, but I know some people do. And we want 300 grams of spuds, right? Oops, that's too much. That's too much. Alright, got 350 there. 350, that'll be right. Should be right. Oh. So we stir the spud well in. Stir it in. Fully mix it. Fully mix. It really is quite an oily, it's quite oily this, which is okay up to a point. Like, you don't want it too oily, but a bit oily, no problem. And the oil will come out. When we go to fry this stuff, you'll see that you don't really need to add a lot of oil to the pan or butter to the pan, because oil will come out come out of it. Like, you've got the fat from the bacon, and you've got all that olive oil I put in the beginning. Quite a bit. Alright, that's pretty well mixed in now. I can even just taste it. Let's have a taste. It's already good, you know. You just eat it straight out of the pan if you want. And you know, in Ireland a lot of people would. Good. Tastes good. I mean, the flavours, the Colcannon flavour's already there. The taste, it's already there. So we just beat 1 egg. And we get half a cup of flour. Half a cup of flour. So, mix that well in. And this just takes away, absorbs a lot of the moisture. Throw in your egg. The egg helps to bind it together. So that when you fry it, it doesn't all fall apart all the time. You mix it well in. While I'm doing that, I'll just turn up the heat. Ready for the fry pan. Because we're going to be frying it real soon. Alright. To be honest, it's still quite sloppy, but it's always going to be a bit like that. You're never going to make it completely not sloppy. And if you did, you know, maybe the texture would be wrong when you go to eat it. You need a good, strong, big, strong spoon for this. A real mixing spoon, like this. Big and strong. Alright. Let's have a look at what the mix looks like. Oh my god, this stupid phone. Motorola people. When I got it, it was really good. But since then, it's just got worse and worse. Every time you update, it gets worse. Don't update. So here we go. This is, oh god, hang on. Wake up Mars. I don't know people, I seem to be a bit half asleep these days. I don't know why. So here we are. Look how firm that is. It's quite firm. It's firm-ish. I wouldn't say it was super firm, but it's no, you have to try pretty hard to stir it around, but it sticks together fairly well. Fairly well. Right. Get yourself a pan. Get yourself a knife. Pan, knife. Get yourself some butter in the pan. Fry it in butter. them up. Want it nice and hot. Hot. Hot is what we want. And of course the old non-stick slice. Now you can make your pancakes, your Colcannon pancakes, as large as you want, but don't make them too large, because the larger they are, the harder it is to control them in the pan. Ideally you want them to stay together all the way to the plate. You don't want them breaking in half, and they will break in half if you make them too big. Alright, let's go. Go, go, go. Nice. Always wait till the butter starts to go a little bit brown before you fry it. Just a little bit brown. You don't want to totally burn it, but you want it just starting to burn, because butter's got a low smoke point if it's just plain butter, it hasn't been clarified. It's got a low smoke point. If you put stuff in when it's not quite hot enough, well, it won't be hot enough. Won't fry properly. So you've got to let it. You just got to let it just start to go a bit brown. Just start. Electric stoves. I mean, if you're going to fry stuff, you know, gas is best, probably. Unless you want to, yeah, if you want to fry, gas is best. Gas will get you hotter quicker, certainly quicker. With electric, you know, it takes a while. It takes a few minutes to come up to full heat, which is a bit of a pest, but it's alright. And I remember cooking with gas decades ago when in houses I lived in, and it was good, and I always thought cooking with gas was best, but when you get used to electric, it's kind of better in a way. It's a bit easier to work with. You don't have to be lighting burners all the time, and also you can really simmer low with electric. You can't really, very hard to simmer really low with a gas. Alright, that's just going brown, so I'm going to put about a quarter. About a quarter of it. Like I say, you don't want about a quarter. And just kind of, you know, smooth it out a bit. Don't get too worried. Don't get too worried. It's very sticky. Just try to make sure it stays together, like that. When you turn it over, it'll even up the other side anyway, so don't worry too much about evening it up. I'll just give you a look at it cooking. Just cooking away there. No problem. We're nearly, you know, eating it won't be far away. Keep it moving around a bit. Just want it to get maybe a little bit of a crust on the outside, just a little bit. Like, don't want to overdo it, don't have to cook it for a great heap of long time. You don't have to cook it at all, very long at all, really. But you want to get a bit of a colour on it. So I'll just have a look, see if I can see any colour. Yeah, there's colour there, right, so we're good. So this is the problem. It's sloppy, a bit, not really sloppy, but it's a bit sloppy. It doesn't hold together like a nice firm pancake. It doesn't hold together that well, so you've got to really make sure you turn it, just let it all come over at the same time, and don't make the pancake too big. Make it too big, it won't turn properly. Or it might, depending on how good you are at flipping a pancake. I mean, if you can flip a pancake entirely with the pan, you're in business. And I used to do that, but Haven't done that for years, maybe more than a decade since I last did that. But that's the trick. If you can do that really well, then you don't have to worry about it breaking up, because everything will turn over in the air together and all come down nice and flat. You hope. You hope. Anyway. That's probably about done, I would think. Yeah. That'll do. Look at that. Colcannon pancake. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look. Let's have a taste. Get a bit off. It's going to be hot. Look out. Oh. Man. Sweetness of the cabbage. Sweetness of the onions. Oh. Oh. Wow. Wow. Hang on. Look at the inside of it. Let's have a look at the inside. And you got the mashed potato, right? The whole thing's embedded in mashed potatoes. So you got that creamy taste of potato mash, and the flavour of the potatoes. And you got, there's a bit of chilli. There's a bit of chilli bite to it, which I put in, which I really like. Now the chilli was a lot stronger before I put in the flour and eggs. The chilli was a lot stronger. At this point, when you eat it, it's not that strong. It's just nice chilli in the background, just giving you a bit of bite. And the savouriness, you know, because the bacon adds savouriness, and the garlic. Fantastic. You know, simple, but really good. Really good. Stick to the ribs. Very filling. Potatoes are always great for being filling, you know. Cheap peasant food. This is about as cheap as you'll get. Cabbage, potato, onion, bacon. Cheap, but really good, really tasty. You know, when it comes to eating potato, this is right up there with the other really good potato creations. Right, this one's right up there. It's got a fair bit of extra in it with the cabbage and the bacon and so on. So it's not like eating pure potato. You get a richer, more detailed experience with this stuff. Colcannon pancakes. Absolutely fantastic. If you like potatoes, you like bacon, you like cabbage, do it. Fantastic. You won't be disappointed.